Imagine that an ordinary person said, "I have never sinned." Most people will probably laugh because every human being knows their own weaknesses, failures, and mistakes. But it is remarkable that when Christ spoke about his sinlessness, people reacted very differently. Why? Because his life matched his words. No one was able to convict him of sin. No one could demonstrate a contradiction between what he taught and how he lived. But there is something else that is equally interesting. Christ's disciples were not blind fanatics willing to believe everything without questions. Peter denied him 3 times. Thomas refused to believe in the resurrection until he saw the evidence with his own eyes. Judas betrayed him. The other disciples fled in fear when he was arrested. This is not what we would expect from a story invented to glorify its heroes. On the contrary, the Gospels are strikingly honest about the doubts, fears, failures, and weaknesses of the very people who were closest to Christ. It is precisely his honesty that makes their testimony so significant. When people do not hide their weaknesses but openly acknowledge them, their words become far more trustworthy. And when different witnesses despite their flaws and differences consistently point in the same direction, an honest person should seriously consider their testimony. The question is not only what the disciples said about Christ. The real question is this: why were men who doubted, feared, and failed ultimately willing to give their lives for what they had seen and become convinced was true?